7 of the founding members gathered in my conference room on Lexington and 51st with, at that time, our lobbyist, Don Halpern, who has since passed away. And the beginnings of Nysafah took place that day in that room. Over the years, our members have become leaders in the affordable housing industry, some growing their business in New York and others expanding into other parts of the country.
My view of the industry is that we are moving from housing, purely housing, to more of community development. So we should be looking towards ancillary development actions that come along with affordable housing in emerging neighborhoods, such as retail services, food, education, security, open space, infrastructure, all things that sort of incorporate the development of affordable housing.
I think some of the exciting things that the City of New York and Nysafah members have been doing have been looking at kind of comprehensive neighborhood needs and implementing new housing developments that include not only housing and retail, but needed community facilities, whether that's senior centers or recreation centers. We have a new project that's going to have a new Boys and Girls Club. Other people are implementing projects that have cultural facilities or schools. It's the, neighborhoods are multifaceted and our development needs to be multifaceted, and it's very exciting to see the industry moving more and more in that direction.
Not only have our members built thousands of units of affordable housing, mixed income affordable housing, but they've really changed neighborhoods and communities across the city.
We have evolved from a small group of entrepreneurs to an industry with a strong group of young professionals coming up the ranks. We refer to them as our 2G developers, second generation.
Benefits of being in 2G, aside from the great networking opportunities to meet people at all different levels, I think is the ability to really understand different aspects of the business.
One of the key things I think also, it's been about bridging these different affordable housing developers with government and really showing that how policy and developers can work together to really change an industry.
And I think allowing students to have access to all different levels and to see us interact together, I think it'll really help grow the industry, and I think human capital is such a big thing, and I hope that we can bring some of the people who potentially would go into other industries into our industry.
Nysafah supports the diversity of our industry and has engaged in launching an initiative to strengthen and encourage MWBE participation in affordable housing. Nysafah is partnering with leading MWBE trade associations.
We want to invite more partnerships and more people, very strategic, to participate in our events and to become engaged with the organization from the top level all the way down, from our board of directors down to our volunteers. And we want to encourage people to do more business with our membership.
The agenda has been to not only make sure that we have affordable housing, but also to diversify those who are working with the state. And because of our relationship and the leadership of Nysafah, we're accomplishing that.
This past year, we've taken on management of a new construction skills training program, Building Skills New York, a partnership between NYCHA, Goldman Sachs, and Brooklyn Workforce Innovations.
Nysafah has been an incredible partner with Building Skills New York. We think that there's a lot of room for expansion, both in the places where we can offer training to residents and individuals in their own neighborhoods, as well as expanding the program to developments and job sites throughout the state of New York.
Nysafah has become a truly statewide organization with 300 members from across New York, offering regular programming not only in the city, but throughout New York State.
Affordable housing upstate is a very important economic driver. In many of the communities that we work in, we are a very significant proportion and have been, particularly during this last economic downturn, of the construction market. Nysafah has had really a substantial impact on the operational policies of the housing agencies, as well as proposing new programs like the Mixed-Use Urban Initiatives Program and the Rural Development Program.
We have expanded significantly in our lobbying efforts. We now have a full-time Albany presence, and over the last year and a half have engaged in ongoing lobbying activities in Washington, D.C.
There's no question that we've got to educate national leaders on the role that low-income tax credit and federal support for affordable housing production plays in the economic development activities of their own local community.
You know, an enormous amount has changed in the industry and in the environment since Nysafah was founded in 1998. We can expect that during this coming period, the federal housing system is in many respects going to be completely restructured. Fannie and Freddie will be supplanted by new entities, one would expect. And locally, you know, there are new issues that confront us. You know, we have to sustain our abilities, you know, our efforts to preserve housing, but we have to also think about, you know, affordable housing in New York City within the context of a post-Sandy New York City. From the beginning,
Nysafah has partnered with government to collaborate on policies impacting our industry.
We need from the Nysafahs of the world are organizations that, one, convene industry leaders, two, provide venues for public discourse, and three, serve as advocates for affordable housing platforms. And that's a role that Nysafah has increasingly become more adept at playing, and one that we're very, very grateful that Nysafah has become so good at.
Over the last couple of years, we had commissioned a number of studies. One of them looked very closely at the economic impact across the state and found that we have a $3 billion direct and indirect impact. And we really changed the minds of the public sector in many ways, but most importantly, they really do view the production of affordable housing today as an economic activity.
We, of course, at the agencies have the mission of seeing that affordable housing is done. However, we don't work with brick and mortar. So it's important that we have our partners that are affiliated with Nysafah in order to, you know, work as partners so that we can accomplish the mission.
And I think that if we are moving into the future, going to look towards ensuring that future administrations ultimately are as committed to affordable housing production as the Bloomberg administration has been, there's two things that we have to do. We have to get our community to coalesce around protecting budgetary resources, as well as to coalesce around making sure that subsequent mayoral administrations are fully committed to the affordable housing agenda. And I think that there's no organization that is better positioned than Nysafah to achieve those ends.
As you can see, Nysafah has come a long way in 15 years. We'd like to thank all of you who have helped Nysafah grow into a premier trade association for New York's affordable housing industry. We are counting on your active support and engagement over the next 15 years to ensure New York continues to lead the nation in the production and preservation of affordable housing. To learn more about Nysafah or to become a member, go to our website at nysafah.org.